Hey everybody, what's going on? David here for week number 46, November 14th through the 20th. So today is Wednesday, and my Monday video is a couple days late. I've been kind of under the weather a little bit, so besides going to work and coming home, I've basically been coming home and going to bed and try to sleep this off. So I'm at a good point to where my voice isn't as messed up as it was, and I don't have a fever anymore, so that's a good thing. So, alright, so this is going to be a short and sweet weekly video for the Digital Dungeon Master this week. Last week was actually a really good week. Had lots of videos come out last week. I think there were 2 or 3 reviews come out last week. A couple of tutorials had come out last week. It's good to kind of be back into the swing of things with, you know, doing other content besides just running games. I'm really happy about that. But speaking of the games were pretty good too. Friday night we had a great sort of like finale to the second module of DDEX1 series, the Tyranny of Dragons. We finished up the second module. Now we're moving into the third one, and we'll start that a week from this Friday. So speaking of other games that we had, we didn't have the Fantasy Grounds game. I was actually feeling quite under the weather. Plus we had a very limited number of signups for the night, so we just decided to go ahead and cancel the game for Sunday. Now also Sunday afternoon we had our Storm King Thunder campaign. That went great. It was basically an entire session of role-playing inside Nightstone with all of the survivors from the Mushroom Caves, aka the Dripping Caves, if you're following along in your module. But it was a very fun session. They met. They thought they were going to get attacked again. They met a giant, a cloud giant named Zephyros. He gave them a lot of story about how the Ordning has broke from the giants. King Hecate is missing. Queen Neri is dead, and things are chaotic in the life of giants right now. So we had a great session. We ended where cultists were actually on top. They actually had boarded the castle, the flying castle, with a wizard's hat. Everybody loved that. So that's where we ended the game. We're going to pick it up with the audience of the cultists. They are the cultists of the Howling Hatred. So we'll see what the party members want to do along with the giant that they had befriended. We'll see. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. We added a new player as well. We'll be adding another player next week. So that game is going to be up to 7 people. It's going to be a huge game. Alright, so let's talk about... I want to talk about Zouvia's Patreon page. If you guys did not know, Zouvia, she's been in my games for 4 years. She is a magnificent cartographer. She's a great artist. And she has a new Patreon page set up, and you can get a map a week for $1, guys. A beautiful map a week, like the one that I'm putting up on the screen right now for you. Here's another example as well. You can be able to check this one out. And for $1 a week, you can get a map. And it is a full-blown beautiful map with lighting, everything. Now you can also get the $2 pledge, which she'll add in a bunch of assets like these that I'm kind of throwing around the screen right now. And for $2 you get the map. Then you'll get a base map with nothing on it, and then you'll get all of the individual assets to plug on the map, how you want your map to look like. So she also has a $3 level, I think, that adds a little bit more, and I think that you can vote on the next maps and stuff. So, but she has a couple of cool reward levels right now. Like her next reward level for $100 is she wants to start creating like the 5e content, like Tyranny of Dragons, Curse of Strahd. She wants to start creating these maps. She wants to recreate these. So once she hits that next pledge, I think that's what's going to be going on. So check it out, guys. The link to Zouvia's Patreon page is down in the comments section below. But she's, like I said, guys, if you're a dungeon master and if you love maps, especially if you play on a virtual tabletop, no matter, I mean, you could still print these out if you play around the table. But if you're a digital, you know, if you are like me, like a digital DM, and if you play virtually, then this is a must-have. And it's only $1 or $2 a week, guys. and you get a beautiful map. Much better than most of the stuff in any books. And I wouldn't, the proof is in the pudding with these maps and tokens. I mean, the quality is just excellent. So check out her page, please. All right, so next, I need to talk about my Saturday nights. My Saturday nights are available, guys. I am looking for players for a game. I've got one Patreon that wants to start a game on Saturday night. I also have several more spots available on my Patreon page. Check it out. You can play. We'll play any rule set that you guys want to play. We'll put any house rules into the game that you want to add in. We'll do anything that you guys want. As long as it can be done on Fantasy Grounds, I'm all for it. So check out my Patreon page. The link is down below. And like I said, my Saturday night is free. And I'd like to do a Saturday night game. So I need at least a couple more patrons to sign up to where we'll play a 3-week on, 1-week off game. And we'll play, like I said, we'll play any rule set from Pathfinder to 4E to 5E to Savage Worlds to Dragon Age to Fantasy Age to whatever you guys want, we'll play. Alright? We'll play it. Sign up on the Patreon page, and you still need a couple more players. Now we're going to check out Limitless Adventures, guys. Limitless Adventures. Remember those PDFs during the Digital Dungeon Master Workshop about a month ago that I was showing you guys about? They're plug-and-play encounters, whether it be a merchant, a skill challenge, a tactical battle encounter. Well, anyways, Limitless Adventures is having a Kickstarter now, and they've basically taken their first 15 PDFs and they've put it into a softback book. It's on Kickstarter now. It's actually pretty cheap. I'm not saying cheap as in quality. It's pretty cheap price point wise. I was checking out the Patreon page. I put the Patreon link down below, also in the comment section, and you can get the first 15 products for in a 200-page softcover, and I believe it's $25 for a black and white book for 200 pages, and I believe $30 for the color book. And then there's a higher pledge at $75, where you'll get the PDF, the book, and then every single product that they've ever put out for like $75 is a pretty good deal. They actually put out at least 3 products a month. And then also with that black and white and color pledge at $25 and $30, I think for $5 you can add on a PDF as well. I don't see any goals though. It would be nice to see, with the first 15 products, maybe some Kickstarter goals that would add in some new content, maybe some new monsters, new magic items, or something like that. So maybe they'll do something like that later on. So the Kickstarter just started a couple days ago. I think they're about a third of the way there or so. Maybe a third or a fourth of the way there. So check it out. I'll put the link down below. Limitless Adventures has got some pretty cool stuff. It's a group of gamers that's been doing it actually longer than I have, and they've been putting this stuff out every month, and it really helps, especially if you don't have a lot of time like me. Then Limitless Adventures is pretty good to put in your it just plugs and play. I mean, and everything is already made for 5e. So check out the Kickstarter, right? So as for projects I've got going on this week, got a couple things. The first thing, I'm doing a couple more reviews. I'm going to be releasing my Volo's Guide to Monsters. Thank you very much, Wizards of the Coast, for the preview copy. Totally appreciate it. Last week I did Dungeonology. I also did the Volo's review for Fantasy Grounds. So I'll be doing the physical copy tonight. Actually, I just got to finish editing it. I've also got a couple more tutorials coming out. Actually, not tutorials, but reviews of rule sets for Fantasy Grounds. So check those out. I'm also working on my Numenera GM module, where I'm putting in a bunch of ciphers, building rollable tables for ciphers, adding the monsters, putting in all kinds of different lore from the Gazetteer. So that's a slow work, and it's going slow and steady, and we'll be playing Numenera after we're done with the 5e Storm King's Thunder. Now, I will say this, too. We do have the Savage Worlds Zombie Apocalypse game in Limbo, and I know a lot of people want to see that come back. so maybe we'll start that. Maybe we'll rotate between Savage Worlds and Numenera. So we'll just have to see how it goes. All right. And I'm also in the process of starting a 4th edition conversion to 5e for Fantasy Grounds for a module that will be on the store in the near future. So I'm also working on that, converting everything from 4 to 5 to make it just plug and play. All right, so that's what I'm working on. And I'll be switching a couple things around on the website as well. I'm going to be adding a page for Fantasy Grounds reviews. And I've also taken the Patreon page off of the website. There's a little bit better organizational tools on Patreon now. So, yeah, that's really nice. And that saves me a lot of work as well. So, all right, guys, that's it. That's what's going on for the project. So this week's schedule is going to be tutorials, reviews. Tomorrow I've got a workshop. I have no clue what the topic is even going to be for the workshop tomorrow. So why don't you guys help me out and put something down in the comments section below. If there's something that you want to see, let me know. Savage Worlds, 4th edition, Pathfinder, whatever. Cipher system, Numenera, I don't care. You guys give me some ideas down in the comments section below, okay? And I'll do that on Thursday night. Now for Friday, we've got the DDAL 05-1. I think we're doing Mission 4 for the Storm King Thunder's Adventures League series, and that is going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern. Saturday is going to be a prep day, and I will be streaming a large part of the day on Saturday, working on all of my prep stuff. I'll be prepping for both of my Sunday games, and I'll also be doing some data input on the Numenera GM module that I'm creating as well. So you guys will get to see the behind the scenes of how I'm doing that. So that'll be on Saturday. Don't know what time, whatever I decide to turn the stream on and end the stream. And then on Sunday, you guys know 2 games on Sunday. 2 p.m. we have the D&D 5e Storm King Thunder campaign, where we're continuing on with Zephyros' Castle, and they have these Cult of Howling Hatred now that have landed on the pad, and they have an audience with Zephyros the Cloud Giant. 9 p.m. we'll be picking up the Fantasy Grounds Adventures League game on Sunday night. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. So that's everything that I have this week, guys. Very short and sweet. My shortest ever. I think this is my shortest ever weekly video at just under 13 minutes. So leave a comment in the section down below if you guys have any ideas for the workshop on Thursday. Thank you guys for watching. Check out Limitless Adventures Kickstarter. Check out Zouvia's Patreon page, guys. If you want beautiful maps, I'm telling you, for $1 a week, you just cannot go. You can't go wrong, guys. So thank you guys again. Thank you for watching, and until next week, happy gaming!